Mrs. Carter was a Georgian, born and bred, and she made a huge mark on millions, including the family of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, it may not be widely known to many people, but the two families really were close-knit and they mutually respected one another. Atlanta News First, Bridget Spencer is live now from the King Center with some really loving reflections from Dr. King's youngest daughter, Bridget.
That's right. The Kings and the Carters formed a special bond during Carter's presidency, and now they join with the nation in grieving over the loss of the former First Lady. The world is mourning the loss of First Lady Rosalynn Carter, including the King family. Dr. Bernice King, daughter of Martin Luther King, says her mom, Coretta Scott King, formed a special bond with the former First Lady, and the bond created a strong alliance between the two families.
I would never have been considered by the rest of the nation as a viable candidate for president had it not been for Martin Luther King Jr.
For years, former First Lady Rosalynn Carter stood alongside Coretta Scott King, wife of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., tackling some of the biggest issues at the time. The allies joined together to accomplish some big tasks, especially addressing issues that directly impact women. President Carter acknowledged the friendship between the two families on multiple occasions.
As president, my most important visitors were from Georgia. Coretta and Benjamin Mays and Daddy King would come and tell me what I needed to do as president. And they reminded me that Martin Luther King Jr. was for human rights and for peace.
The Carters would even visit Ebenezer Baptist Church, the home church of MLK, pastored by Reverend Raphael Warnock. He talked about when President Carter met MLK Sr.
The third pastor of this church, Martin Luther King Sr., Daddy King, had met with him, put his arms around him and said, he's all right. You know how Daddy King was. And that was a key moment in the campaign.
I have a dream.
In a statement, Bernice King says her mother, Mrs. Carter, and her aunt, Christine King Ferris, along with 12 others, co-founded the Georgia chapter of the International Women's Forum. That's just one of the accomplishments of a powerful friendship. The family says they joined with the nation, mourning the loss of a remarkable woman. And Dr. Bernice King also says that President Jimmy Carter has always been a strong advocate for the black community out of the goodness and the pureness of his heart. This shows just how close the families truly are. Live from the King Center, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.